I know that many of you out there have already been red-pilled about the media and how disingenuous they are, what liars, and how they carry the water for the Democratic Party. They are essentially a leftist propaganda machine. Now, allow me to give you new additions to your scope of knowledge regarding this. Remember when they came and they attacked Trump's Mar-a-Lago home to get documents back, and the Washington Post and everybody else was claiming maybe it's nuclear secrets. Trump will be tried for treason. Trump is going into jail. Now, just coincidentally, shortly after the midterms, this is from the Washington Post. Federal agents and prosecutors have come to believe that former President Trump's motive for allegedly taking and keeping classified documents was largely his ego and desire to hold on to materials as trophies or mementos, according to people familiar with the matter. That is directly from the Washington Post. Do you not think that the FBI might have been weaponized against Donald Trump, that the Department of Justice is pulling out all the stops to make sure that the Democrats win with the help of the media that spread these prevarications, these lies to the masses, and infuse in people's minds how corrupt Donald Trump is, when it is in fact confession through projection, as it is the media and the Department of Justice led by that horrible man Merrick Garland that are clearly doing so. Nuclear secrets. This is what they are using the FBI for, rather than investigating actual crime. And this is also from the media, just released shortly. Newly revealed body cam footage reportedly contradicts the Department of Justice's account, there we are again, of the sequence of events that led to the attack on Paul Pelosi, the husband of outgoing Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, confirming that Pelosi opened the door for a police officer who responded to the 911 call he placed from his residence. So all the lies they told, that this guy who was living in a garage, house, trailer, whatever, with a BLM flag and a pride flag out in front of it, was a MAGA supporter, straight up MAGA, that he broke in. They didn't release the footage. They retracted a story before the election regarding this, basically at the behest of the Democratic Party, because it made them look bad. But now it's confirmed that body cam footage shows Paul Pelosi going back into the house after opening the door for the officer. This behavior would seem to belie a lack of fear on Paul's part. And if the police officer had come, and I'm an 82-year-old man, and I felt that I had to fear this guy, that he was an uninvited guest, do you not think that you would be standing behind the officer? Is that not a logical conclusion? Of course, the media squashed the story, altered it, framed it in such a way that they made the MAGA supporters look bad. This is after Joe Biden says, accept the election results. And then you see in Maricopa County how mysteriously the voting machines went down and where they were going to be voting. And these were basically going to be Republicans voting on voting day. And they went down. This disincentivizes the vote. Do you not think that the media would be covering the story breathlessly if this had happened to a black precinct in Georgia? Of course they would. But not for this. Then it's just evil Carrie Lake, election denier. Oh, and it takes weeks to count the votes, or a week to count the vote. Give me a break. Do you not think that even if everything is on the up and up, that Florida can do it, but Maricopa can't? And they say, well, we're just doing it right. It takes time to do things right. Oh, well, then you're not superior to Florida. You're not even close to Florida, who have their election systems in place. Do you not think that this breeds doubt in the American voters' mind, that this undermines the institution? And then we have Sam Bankman Fried and the coverage by the New York Times. Now, FTX was a crypto platform that derailed itself by a fraud. Sam Bankman Fried, the founder, funneled the money of his customers that was not his into a partner company, a hedge fund that blew up and lost $10 billion plus worth of Americans' money. At one point, this guy was valued at $32 billion. Now he is plummeting in the ranks. Who knows what he's going to get away with? But the point of this is that the New York Times did a fawning piece on him after it, saying he ran into bad luck. Not once did they use the word fraud, Enron, the funds being transferred into the other accounts. They fail to mention all this. It's done intentionally. They are lying to you. They are soft peddling this so that you don't connect the dots. The fact that they were funding Ukraine via FTX, and then that money was going from FTX coffers to Ukraine, apparently back into Democratic pockets. The fact that this guy was the second largest campaign donor to the Democratic Party clearly means that, hey, he doesn't even believe in all the woke stuff. He stated in a text message exchange with somebody who was doing a profile of him on the leftist Vox magazine. He doesn't even believe in the stuff. He's just lying along with the ESG nonsense. And this is what the media is doing. And they are protecting him because he was a donor to them, because he gave them lots of money. And generally when people do that, you're fairly nice to them. And so when the New York Times writes this piece, they completely ignore the absolute fraud that was committed and are soft peddling for this for the Democrats. Just imagine if it had been the Republicans. And what I hate is the hypocrisy. I despise the hypocrisy. I want truth because our society needs truth in order to survive. If there's no trust between neighbors, then you are at odds with each other, then nothing is going to be produced as readily. Trust is absolutely needed, and the media is completely complicit in destroying this trust for me. And Donald Trump's biggest gift to the American people was demonstrating how fraudulent the media was, including myself, who used to believe that the New York Times, that everything printed within was the gold standard of journalism. F that. F the New York Times, and all these revelations just conveniently happen to come, mysteriously right after the midterms. Random? Completely random, right?